Hi, I'm MysteryManoLove. Today, I want to talk about the word nigger. Before I begin, I want to let everybody know I'm not doing this because I want controversy. I'm not doing this because I want ratings. I don't give a damn about ratings. The reason I'm doing this is because as a free thinker, I want to propose something to all of you. That is this. The word nigger is just as derogatory as every other word. I don't know what it is about this word that makes, I don't know if I can say for all Americans, but maybe most Americans, makes their hair stand in the back of their head. Whenever, it's always an attention getter. If you wanted to get attention, you say the word nigger and see how many people look over to you. And it doesn't matter if you're white or black or whatever. It's the most vilified word out there that I know of. I think it's more vilified than cunt, bitch, whore, slut, dick, cock, you know, I mean, there's plenty of other derogatory racial words out there. Kike, beaner, can't think of too many more off the top of my head. That's how much this word has penetrated our culture. But again, I don't use the word nigger on day-to-day language. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it by saying the N-word. If I ever appear on TV, which I hope I don't, I will say nigger. I won't say the N-word. Somebody better censor me. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I don't particularly, like, I agree with Hitchens on the point that, you know, shouldn't have to use it, don't need it, it's a useless word. By saying it, it gives you, by using it, it gives more power to the word. I totally agree with that. But, I mean, how can I put it? I mean, like, here's an example of what I wrote in my blog. For example, you can ignore a word, for example, but in the context of history, it's been in existence for a long, long time. It's a very cultural, it's a cultured word. It's a word that black people say that white people should not use, or actually any other race for that matter, but especially black people, or white people, I'm sorry. They try to soften up the word by saying nigga, I guess the philosophy is, this is according to Chris Rock, maybe I'm incorrect, but this is what Chris Rock says about the word. He said that the same way that soul food, taking something terrible and making it beautiful, is the same way that black people take the word nigger and make it into nigga. The problem I see with this is, of course, that I don't think it gets rid of the problem. I think it actually perpetuates it more. Think about the racist ideas that I just proposed to you. Only black people are allowed to say it. At least people propose that only black people are allowed to say it. So what does that mean? Well, that makes it a racist term. If only black people are allowed to say it, it's an in-group thing. Back when I was in college, I took a sociology class, and there was a video of a female sociologist that wrote a book on Nazi Germany. And she did a small experiment on her children, her little class of children. She mentioned, number one, that it's not to be taken seriously. It's just an experiment. Take it as a joke. Take it as something that's not serious. She started separating the children that have brown eyes, for example, and put a put a armband on them, much like the Nazis did, and see if she could create the same kind of hatred and segregation that went on then. And by the time they hit recess, she said negative and positive points about people with blue eyes and brown eyes, but brown eyes always were like superior and stuff like that. She did that, and even just as an experiment, and the kids knew that it was not to be taken seriously and all these stereotypes are false. By the time recess hit, kids were fighting each other. Kids were rumoring against each other. They were conspiring against each other. By the same means, I mean, I know a girl on YouTube, she's a Jewish girl, I guess, and she did the same thing by saying, protesting against Black History Month. By the same thing, I protest against Black History Month, but using the same principle. If the federal government officially says, you know what, this is your month, only your race gets it. You can do the same thing with a religion. You can do the same thing about it with a different ethnicity. You can do the same thing with people with, you know, that believe in feminism, for example. What you're doing is you are creating that animosity in society, that hatred, that tension that doesn't need to be there. And this is what I fight at every day. So I hope that gives you guys some kind of ideas about racism and whatnot. I think actually the two ways you can get rid of racism is, one, by Christopher Hitchens' method of just not using the word completely, using it out of context. For me, racial jokes do come up among friends, not to be taken seriously. I don't really hate black people. I don't hate any other race. I don't hate anybody, for example. But making fun of those prejudicial, paranoia ideas, I think that's a good way to get rid of them, by making fun of the fact that we all commonly believe this bullshit, if it makes any sense. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please write some comments. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. I really don't care for fame. I just want to hear honest opinions, and if you really hated my video, please write it down. I really care about you guys' opinions. That's what freedom of speech is all about. Thank you.